What's up, guys? It's DJ. Welcome to Gamma Bro Hulk Reviews. Now for your Gamma dose of the Jade Giant. Today's featured Hulk item is the 3 3/4 Marvel Legends series Maestro. This is a very cool figure, very fun. Maestro's a badass, and the review is coming up next. Thanks for joining me today, guys. So Marvel's Maestro. So Maestro is a future version of Hulk from a sort of an alternate reality. Basically, World War III happens. All the mutants and superheroes pretty much die off. And Hulk gets put under like cryostasis where he's basically sleeping and wakes up many years later in a post-apocalyptic Earth where very few superheroes and people are left. The Maestro, since being exposed to just an extreme amount of gamma radiation, he kind of slowly started to go mad. His personality with Banner and himself kind of mix, and he's more of a villain in this scenario. So his decision making and selfishness really come to fruition. He basically takes over a large section of the Earth. I don't want to go into any more spoilers or anything, but there was a recent run of Maestro that was really good. Some really cool fights, some pretty cool superheroes and villains that pop up in that series. It's definitely fun, and the art is great, and the story is pretty good. And there's also the original story, which is Future Imperfect. This is more of a smart Hulk going into that alternate dimension and taking on Maestro and being exposed to that post-apocalyptic world. Fun story, highly recommended if you haven't read it. And Maestro is a very, very cool villain overall. So in regards to Marvel Legends, there was a span in the Marvel Legends time frame to where they really pumped out 3 3/4 inch Marvel Legends figures. There's some awesome figures, really cool sculpts. As time went on and budgets saving from Hasbro, they kind of cut corners and they started to wane in regards to quality and sculpt. But for the most part, the entire line is really good. And all the Hulks are just badass, including this Maestro. I'll show you what he looks like right now. So we will start with the Marvel Legends logo. And this is a different appearance, as is not the original appearance of Maestro. Maestro looked a little bit different. This is a future storyline that happens in the comics to where Maestro has, the badass armor and really comes back for revenge. But the box is nice. It's clean. I do like the artwork. I think it's fun. And I love how they have the original window box. Lets a lot of light in. You can see the figure from most angles. And just really good box overall. This particular figure came out in 2016 at the tail end of the Marvel Legends 3 3/4 series. Here's another little promotional image of him. In an alternate future, Bruce Banner becomes the rage-driven, super-intelligent Hulk lookalike known as Maestro. I really wouldn't call him a lookalike. He basically is Hulk. So here's the other figures in this particular run. So we have Invincible Iron Man, Lady Deadpool, Marvel Spider UK, Moon Knight, all new Wolverine. So this is when X-23 took over as Wolverine, and then Marvel's Maestro. So now we will get into the figure itself. So these are 3 3/4, so 3.75 inches, so almost 4 inches. I really love the sculpts of these figures and how unique they are. I love how they did this interpretation of Maestro. You have traditional Maestros like this and his traditional outfits. And then you have where he returns and he comes back with the more Iron Man stylized armor, which enhances his abilities even further. So this particular Maestro does not get stronger the angrier he is. He basically is at a stagnant strength, which is above the average Savage Hulk, but Savage Hulk will eventually overpower him in regards to strength rather quickly. Maestro's strength isn't his strong suit. It's mostly his overwhelming intelligence and cunningness that makes him a threat. So we will start with the head sculpt. I like how this is more a rage-driven Maestro. They really focus on the green eyes. I love the black shading surrounding the eyes. Really makes him look evil and menacing. Good job on the teeth. Nice sculpted beard. You see the hair in the back. Really, really cool armor design. In the comics, all these green gamma-colored areas are glowing, just like Iron Man. He has nice, cool gauntlets. Just a very, very cool design overall. He's decently hefty. I mean, all the 3 3/4 inch Hulks are pretty solid, so they have that going for them as well. So the quality is definitely there. So in regards to sculpt, I really do like the armor. I think they put a little bit more effort than they normally do with these size of figures. I don't think we're ever going to get a Maestro like this again. So I think the sculpt for this size of figure, I'm going to give it an A-. I think it's very, very, very good overall. For paint, I think there's some upsides and downsides for this. So this is almost at the time where Hasbro started cutting corners in regards to, cost saving. But it doesn't really look like they cut corners for this figure in general. I think they did a really good job with it, and they put a lot of effort into it overall. For paint, I do love the color green they chose. Again, I love the eyes. Really good job on the teeth. The beard and hair looks great. I like the color silver that they chose. I wish there was a little bit more detailing. It's very flat gray. Just a nice little black wash in all these cracks and areas would really make it pop, and it would stand out like crazy. Look at all the detail in those gauntlets. So if you just put a little bit of dry brushing on that, you can make this pop like crazy. There are no flaws that I can see. All the areas, even the small little areas of green, were done really well with keeping the green in there. I can see just a tad bit of overspray there and a little bit of overspray there. But overall, for as small of lines as these are, they kept the lines pretty damn good. So for paint, it's still very generic. You have the black and the silver and the green. I'll give it a B+, with a little bit of black wash and extra paint there. It will definitely make this figure pop, and it would probably go to like an A- if you customize it just a little. Quality, 3 3/4 Marvel Legends are excellent quality. Every open one I've had, all the joints are solid. The Hulks have no problems with standing because Hulk has such big, wide feet, so you can easily have them stand, and these won't break. You can play with these pretty hard and beat on them, and they'll be fine. So quality will be an A. I think these are excellent overall in regards to that. Articulation, obviously this is in the box, but I can verbalize what the articulation is. So head rotation will be a little difficult. You can probably get it to the corner of each one of these pads, and then the beard will block it. So good rotation. You won't be able to go up or down a lot at all because the back of the hair will be pressing against his back, which will prevent that. Articulation in the shoulders probably won't be the greatest just because of the shoulder pads on the sides will block it, so they'll only be able to go up to those areas of the shoulder pads, which is not much room at all. There is a bicep swivel, which is excellent, so you can turn those arms. There's a single joint in the elbows, and it looks like you can get not that much range because the gauntlet will probably go up against that bicep there and block it. For wrist, there doesn't look like there's wrist articulation, but there is rotation for both. I don't see a joint in there to move the wrist around, but you can definitely rotate it for sure. For legs, these side areas for his outfit, his armor, will definitely prevent the legs from going outwards. You could probably pull them out a little bit, but those areas right here are definitely going to block it. You do have thigh swivel, which is great. Looks like you have single joints in the knees. Probably can get a little bit of rotation. Doesn't look like there's going to be anything blocking, so probably 90 degrees. For feet, you can definitely go up and down with the feet. Probably not a lot of upper range just because of the armor. Downward range looks like the back of the heel can slide underneath, so you probably get a lot of range there. You'll definitely be able to turn the feet and rotate it, at least until the middle of that circle area blocks it. And there might be swivel, but I highly doubt it for this figure. So the armor overall will put limitations on the figure. They give you a lot of options for posing. Just like my thumbnail, you can get the arms up decent, where you can have them in like a really cool, like Thanos gauntlet pose, but you're not going to get a lot of action poses out of this. So it's more of going to be like a museum style, but not bad overall. So articulation definitely is not the strong suit for this particular figure, and I will probably give it a B- overall. So does this guy have the wow factor? 3 3/4 figures, they don't necessarily stand out all that much. The box isn't vibrant or anything, so in the box, don't really feel this figure has like the wow factor. Out of the box, if you put him in a decent pose and you put him next to other Hulks, I think he will stand out a little bit, just because it's rare that you see any version of Hulk in an armor. So for that, and the bright green in the middle will make it pop a little bit. So out of box with other figures, I think he will stand out. I'll give the wow factor of this figure a B+. There's not many Maestros out there. There's a couple Marvel Legends, and I don't think there's another 3 3/4 Maestro out there of the regular look that he has. I think they only came out with this particular one that I just showed you. So for that just rarity of having Hulk in an armor outfit other than Indestructible Hulk, I think is pretty cool, and I highly recommend it. Overall, I will give the score of this figure a B+. I think it's a very fun figure. Maestro's a really cool character, and I think he's underutilized a little bit and could even show a little bit more of his prowess and power in regards to the comics. I think he makes a lot of good decisions, but also kind of fumbles in some pretty seriously bad decision making. Awesome character, really cool figure. If you're a Hulk fan and you like Maestro and you don't have him in your collection, definitely pick him up. He's a fun figure. Online, the normal places online that you can get him. He's long sold out in stores. This came out in 2016, almost 9 years old. For price, you're looking at boxed probably $30 to $40. Opened probably 15 to 20, 25. He's not super rare or anything, but he's hard to come by sometimes. And some sellers ask a little bit more than they should for these type of figures. Very fun figure, but I wouldn't pay any more than $20, $25 at most. I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Please smash the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out my shorts. I'm basically pushing shorts throughout the week, showing all the figures that I've already did in-depth reviews of. So if you haven't seen my previous stuff and you just want to see a snippet of what videos I've already come out with, those shorts will show you. So thanks, guys. Hope you liked the video, and I'll see you in the next one. So have a wonderful day. Take care. Peace.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother...